Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the JLR Podcast Network, and it's time for another episode of A Broken Sword: The Shadow of the Templars walk through and review. This is the fourth episode, and to get you up to speed, if you haven't been paying attention so far, we are in Ireland. Why are we in Ireland? I thought this game was happening in Paris. Well, we were in Paris, obviously, at the beginning, where we were playing George Stobart, drinking his coffee at the cafe, just minding his own business, and then bam, explosion. There was a clown showed up with an accordion that wasn't actually a bomb, and then he stole some guy's briefcase, and that guy is dead. His name was Plantar. George was like, "Who the fuck?" I'm not gonna curse too much. Sorry. He was like, "Who was that freaking clown?" Blew up the cafe, and like George said, "I want to catch this guy. He almost killed me." And then teams up with the free photo. I'm just gonna stop talking. No, I have to do this, right? Yeah, Nico Collard, a freelance photojournalist. Whew. Okay, got through that. Teams up with her. She's so sexy, and they he finds a lot of evidence, shows it to her, and she shows him what she has, like the picture of Khan, the killer, who is actually the clown. He ends up at the hotel where he lives. He stayed, not actually lived, but got through, was able to get to his safe at the hotel where he found a manuscript. Now, there were two thugs outside the hotel that I showed in the last episode, that if you just waltz out there with the manuscript, they will search you, find the manuscript, and then send you sleeping with the fishes. Yeah, time for another really bad impersonation. They've just been awful during these episodes. And anyways, so what we did was we threw the manuscript out the window of the hotel, then went outside. They searched George and found nothing, but then George went behind the hotel to pick up the manuscript, went back to Nico's apartment. They looked at the manuscript. It's an old medieval manuscript that is dedicated to the Knights Templars. There's the I checked on it. It is an actual thing. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't the writers use the actual symbol for the Knights Templars? Two men riding on a horse. Yeah, why was I even questioning it? Like, sorry, Charles, sorry, Everton, from in Revolution Software, of course it's the right one. Anyway, there's this manuscript with these really interesting images, and they were trying to decipher the manuscript. Obviously, they have no idea what it's all about, so Nico suggested to George, "Why don't you go to the Kuhn Museum and find Lobino?" Lobino. We haven't even met him yet, but I'm just shivering of the thought of meeting Lobino again. But and George was like, "All right, I'll go to the museum." He goes to the museum, and there was that one image in the manuscript that had a gem on top of a tripod between a man and a bull, and George is at the this museum, just like Lobino is not there, but then he's looking around, and then at the middle of the floor in Shield Case, there is a tripod that was discovered in Ireland, and he's like, "Ireland, that's the tripod in the manuscript related to the Templars." And then it went. We decided we were able to go straight to Ireland, but we decided to go to Nico first to talk to her a little bit about the fact that we found the tripod and that it was found in Ireland. And then Nico actually told us that gave us some good information when she heard about the town Lochmarne in Ireland, and there was a Professor Peagram, a famous professor of archaeology, I think, and he cancelled a famous TV show and resigned from his university to stay at this excavation in Lochmarne. So, what on earth? Why would he do such a thing like that? There must be something. They must have found something there. And she talked about Peagram's gem, the gem that he found. So not only the tripod, but now we have the gem also in the picture. All of a sudden, we know about two things in that manuscript now. The tripod is that in that museum at the Kuhn Museum in Paris, and then We're in Ireland, possibly looking for this gem that Peagram was supposed to have found. So we decided I want this to be like a special episode about Ireland. So at the end of the last episode, I kind of just immediately stopped after the only thing I did, I went off the bus and then talked to the kid outside the bar there. And the only information I really got from him is that he said there was one local who worked with Professor Peagram, Sean Fitzgerald. He's wearing glasses. And then he said there's a ghost at the castle, which we highly doubt, but he did really give us quite the spooky... like he described his experience with the ghost. It was quite detailed and spooky. I kind of got freaked out by it. But let's see if there's a ghost at the castle. Or let's see if we can find this Sean Fitzgerald. And let's find out if we can find anything about Professor Peagram and this dig and about this gem. There's so much we can ask about, try to find out. So let's just restore the game, JLR Podcast Network, restore. Here we are in Ireland. We're outside the bar, or the pub, I suppose. I wonder why they wouldn't write pub. Maybe the word to write on the sign is bar, but everyone calls it a pub. I have no idea. Lounge. There's also a lounge here. So there's a path leading up here to the right, I think, I know it's to the castle, right? So we could go straight to see if we can go to the castle, but then again, the boy said it is locked, so maybe that wouldn't make any sense, but we're outside this bar, so why not just pop in and see if we can get some information. We got some information from that kid. Let's see what happens if we go inside here inside this bar. Patrick's. Wait, wasn't the sign outside? It said something else. Devils? It says Patrick's in here. Maybe it's a restaurant next to the bar. I have no idea. Maybe, never mind. Patrick's. I'm guessing the bartender here is called Patrick behind the bar. There are two guys sitting on bar stools here. There's a guy playing the fiddle or the violin. Is it a fiddle or violin? I have no idea. Then there's a guy just sitting at a table wearing glasses. Glasses, like Sean Fitzgerald. And then at the end of the bar, there's another another bloke sitting by a table, and he won't stop sneezing. Maybe because I lowered the sound effect, you don't hear the loud sneezes anymore, but if you just stay quiet, that's him sneezing for the audio listeners. Obviously, yeah, this is I always forget to mention this. This is not only a video on YouTube, this is also an audio podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and you name it. Many other podcast sites. Anyways, George, we're here at the bar. It's lively music from that violinist and a couple people here, but there's this guy here wearing glasses. That sounds like could be Sean Fitzgerald. Let's observe him a little bit.
I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy.
Oh, so that's definitely probably him. So let's go up to him and start talking.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
What?
I need to speak with you urgently.
All right. Well, he seems panicky. He's looking around.
What's the problem?
He took his sweet time to answer. He was like looking around, seemed a little bit distracted. Shall we just ask about Professor Peagram? We have many options. We can buy him a drink here, beer. We can ask about the dig. We can ask about the castle. And Peagram, like I said. Let's just start with Professor Peagram.
Do you know Professor Peagram?
He is taking his sweet time to answer, looking around. No answer.
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right.
That's right, he's the archaeologist. You worked with him, right? Let's ask about Peagram again.
Where can I find Professor Peagram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
He said he's gone fishing, alright. Well, shall we ask about the dig, at least? The shovel-like.
Did you work at Professor Peagram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
So he's denying it. All of a sudden we get the option of the gem.
Have you heard about the gem which Peagram found?
I heard a rumour, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
So a weird thing happened there. There's a packet on the table. Sean, when he answered the question, put his hand over the packets while he answers. And he seems nervous, so there's something wrong. But we can only buy him. We can only ask about the beer next or the castle. Shall we give him a beer? He's so nervous.
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
So he's a nervous Nilly. Is that Nelly? Nilly? Never mind. What about the castle?
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Okay, let's ask about the castle again.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died.
Ugh.
We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
So Sean is saying it did not work at the dig and hasn't been there recently. So he's just he is not fetching to Liam McGuire's story. Either one is lying, that's for sure. So we show him the picture of Khan. Does he recognize Khan?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No. At least I don't think so.
Look closely. He has a scar on his face.
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Yeah, I guess he's probably telling the truth there. Shall we shake his hands? He's such a nervous guy.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone.
Oh, he knew that pretty easily. Right. I don't know if... Does he know the name Thomas Merlin, not Muller, like I kept saying the other day? God damn it. Thomas Merlin.
Check out this pass.
Yeah. It's yours, is it?
Not exactly. Do you recognize the name?
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Alright. So... There's no other options. There we can ask about the other items, but why bother? He's not going to tell us anything. Well, we can maybe... Shall we go to the bartender a little bit? What's this in front of him?
It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever.
Oh, an electric pump. So that's where we get our ale from, I suppose.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh my
I
God.
beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
George.
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
So I forgot to use the observation thing on the bartender, but yeah, he did not take that greeting nicely. Top of the morning to you. Accused him of xenophobia. When he's asking him, do we need a room at this place? Well, sure, why not? We need to stay somewhere. So we have a yes and no option here. So yeah, I need a room.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
The Undertaker. So that guy is dead. Okay. We can ask a lot of questions here. There's Professor Peagram. There's Sean Fitzgerald that we just talked to. The clown, the castle, beer. Can we get some beer?
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
So another guy chimed in and told it to us straight. Okay, he prepared a beer for us so we can drink it later. So we ask more about Professor Peagram.
Do you know a man called Peagram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
We are honest, George. We can say yes, but we're not really his friends, so we'll just say no. We're just looking for him.
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Whoa! He's angry. Thank God we didn't say we're his friends. Let's ask more about Peagram then.
Did Peagram stay here?
That's right. In the best room in the house.
That's the one with the bed.
That's the one with the bed. This guy keeps chiming in. Like, that's the one with the bed, so the others are really bad then.
Can I see Peagram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a gutful of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
Alright, so this is like one of the first conversation in this game where there's this third guy who won't stop intervening, but hey, good lad. Let's ask about Sean.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald very well?
I know him enough not to sell him more than 2 pints. He's like a kid when he gets a few beers inside him.
I'm not surprised. He's on medication for his nerves.
There's nothing wrong with his nerves. He's just screwy.
He's just screwy. Shall we ask about the castle?
What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
You're the second person to ask me. Let's ask about the castle again.
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people.
That's the other guy.
He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
On his
Good for
arse.
you, Mick. That's the way to deal with journalists.
That's the third guy. Now we have the third. Like, no. Well, yeah. I mean, the fourth person in this conversation now. So it didn't seem to like that journalist that came. It was not Khan, right? Let's show a picture of Khan.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism?
Pugilism.
Doyle.
Doyle, that's the one.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
So Doyle kept interfering when we were talking, and then finally, when he asked Doyle a question, he was miles away. Didn't reply. All right. We can ask about the clown, but it doesn't make.
Have you served any clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
Seriously, I'm looking for a man dressed in a clown costume.
Would he be having a little white dog with a black patch over the eye?
I shouldn't think so.
That sounds really weird. What? Why? What? Who's the dog? Anyways, I don't think we're gonna. Maybe he knows the name Thomas Muller. Not. See, I did it again, Muller. God damn it, Merlin. Oh God, Thomas Merlin. Has he recognized the name?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot.
Yeah, it was a long shot. No, nothing else. I still try to shake his hand.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Landlord?
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Oh, jeez.
We're not gonna shake hands with anyone else. But, okay, so, not bartender,
Thanks.
landlord. So we drink the beer?
The glass contained a dark liquid like molasses, with a creamy white froth on the top.
Let's take a sip. Okay. There's still some drink in it.
The glass contained a...
Oh, it just said the same thing, sorry. Let's see, let's talk to Doyle. He kept...
There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home.
Jesus.
His elbow rested on an obviously soggy piece of towel.
Towel? What towel is that?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Interesting. It's a thing that we could pick up, maybe?
The man's arm lay across the towel, preventing me from moving it.
I see, but sometimes he's lifting up his elbow, so... Oh, look at that. He lifted
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
So he raised his arm. I was able to take this towel. Let's look at the towel.
It was a rectangle of toweling, printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body.
All right. So, we have a towel now. Who knows what we can use that for? Let's ask Doyle some questions.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Seems in a good mood. Let's ask about Professor Peagram.
Do you know Professor Peagram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
All right. What about the dig? We get the option to ask about the dig.
Do you know anything about Peagram's excavation?
The excavation.
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Peagram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
Here's the science of archaeology part. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder
Mr.
what
O'Brien.
they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavoured condoms, more likely.
So now we have O'Brien interfering this conversation. But I mean, they're nice people, nice gags. Digging up our remains. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms. That's a really good condom. I can't. That's a really good comment. I said can't. I'm silly. Silly time. Never mind. We got the option to ask about the gem all of a sudden.
Is it true that Peagram found a valuable gem?
What? First I heard of it.
Where have you been, Pat? That gem is the talk of every town from Lochmarne to Ballydoon.
Ballydoon.
Nobody told me. The lucky sod. So that's why he scampered.
Scampered. So it seems like he's just gone away, Peagram. Like they left. He didn't pay the landlord. Left without paying him, and yeah, seems to he's no longer there. Let's ask about the dig again, the excavation.
Did anyone from the village work at Peagram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Together. All of a sudden, we can ask about Sean.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Spot of lubrication. All of a sudden, we have the option to give him beer. I think we're not getting bribed. Are we? Nah. He just wants beer for information. All right, sure. Let's give him beer.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who, Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Lucky Doyle. He said, shame on you, Patrick. So Patrick Doyle, that's his full name then? Alright, now we get the option to ask about Sean again. Let's see.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, It was only last week.
Okay.
Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Speaking with the boss man would be Peagram, right? He's confirming the kids. What's his name? Liam McGuire. He's basically telling them the same thing that he did. Sean was with a bunch of students there. Let's ask about the castle.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Now, are we technically a history fellow? No, not really. We're a lawyer, so I'm just gonna say no. Although this case is really tied to history, but let's be honest, we're not really that much into history. So no.
Oh no, I'm here on vacation.
What's that?
A vacation part. It's what the Americans call a holiday.
Oh, right. In Lochmarne? You come to Lochmarne for a holiday?
Sure, it's a very pretty place.
Where the hell are you from, mister?
California.
I know it. That's where the prunes come from.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Yes. Amongst the adult industry. Yeah. So, again, with the gag with the holiday and vacation, we get it. Americans say vacation, you guys say holiday. Right, I don't think... has he seen Khan? Shall we show the picture?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
What?
Don't be fooled. This is the face of a psychopathic killer.
No. Well, there's one in the eye for me and my men.
Alright, I don't think we were gonna
Bye for now.
ask him about the other things. But we should go straight to Sean now and just say, look, there are two guys now telling, well, there's a kid and now there's another guy telling us you were there. Cut the crap, you nervous Nelly. I'm going straight to Sean.
Hello.
Sean, dig option once again.
Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig.
You don't believe him, do you? Patrick Doyle is a moron and a scoundrel.
Even so, he saw you talking to Peagram.
You can't prove that, mister.
Still in denial. He will not budge. All of a sudden, that option is no longer there, so
See you later.
we'll just stop talking then. Alright, so he's not gonna tell us anything. Shall we ask anyone else here? So the guy who's playing the violin,
The guy with the fiddle seemed
Fiddle.
oblivious
He's
to
his fiddle.
everything except his playing. Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
can we talk to him?
He wasn't listening.
Nope, he's not gonna talk to us. So we talk to O'Brien, maybe
The
he
guy
has some-
sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture.
Let's talk to O'Brien.
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Let's see if he knows anything about Peagram.
Do you know where I can find Peagram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Yeah, he told us about it. We can ask more about Peagram.
Do you know where Peagram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmarne. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
Let's ask. Ooh, we still get the option about the gem. Let's ask about that.
What can you tell me about the gem which Peagram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
We're definitely not a reporter. We don't have to lie to him about that. So let's just say no.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
He seems to have a problem with it. Let's ask about the landlord.
Why has Peagram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Why didn't he pay up?
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Okay. There are a lot of good jokes there between them. Alright, Braille graffiti. Alright, what about the castle?
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Peagram thought otherwise, didn't he?
Ah, but it's not difficult to get them history boys excited, is it? Give them a bone to play with, and they're happy as puppies.
Oh, we can ask about the tripod that's in Paris.
Was it Peagram who dug up the tripod at the castle?
The same man, if he wasn't his twin brother. And can you guess what he did with the tripod?
He sent it to a museum in Paris. I've seen it.
Yeah, that is kind of peculiar. Why would he send the tripod to Paris? A museum there. Kind of interesting, right? Of all the places you could send it, a museum in Ireland or somewhere else. He's British, he could take it to the British Museum. Why the Paris? Why that Croon Museum in Paris? We can ask about the ghost.
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarne.
Oh no. I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Not that. And there's no other option to talk about anymore. So, has he seen Khan? No, I don't think no one has seen Khan there. Anyways.
Goodbye for now.
He didn't say anything much about Sean Fitzgerald as well. There's a guy here in the corner who won't stop sneezing.
I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
So he is quite the runny nose. Well, let's still try to talk to him.
Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No, I'd know it if you were.
They keep asking us these different questions. Are you a reporter? Are you a police? Are you a historian? Does he know Peagram?
Do you know Peagram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Do you know anything about the dig?
Were you aware that Peagram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
What about more Peagram?
Do you know where I can find Peagram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
Okay, he doesn't seem to know anything. What about the castle?
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarne Castle is haunted.
Oh,
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
he really thinks this is a ghost. Let's ask about the ghost.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure, with me very own eyes.
He saw the ghost? Really?
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochmarne? That'll be the day.
Aren't skunks only in North America? I have no idea, but...
No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
I have no idea, but yeah, it sounds like skunks are not in Lochmarne, not in Ireland. And ask about the ghost again. His description was really funny.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarne.
Oh!
Riddle solved there. Case solved. They both saw each other. They both thought they saw ghosts. Let's ask more about the castle.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Nothing human. That is... that he is actually suggesting something to us there. We're not gonna have any problems. Well, there's one guy that's gonna be there later on. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but yeah, nothing human will really bother us in the castle. Nothing human. We'll see what's there instead of a human. Shall we buy him a drink? Nah, we already.
I'll see you later.
We can't be buying everyone a drink here. It seems like we haven't even finished our own beer. Let's finish that first. And a little bit more. There we go, George. Beer finished. What does he say?
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
That's every goddamn time when I go for a drink. The same different feeling. I have the urge to get another, even though my instincts are telling me, don't do that. Let's go outside and talk to Liam McGuire. There are a couple of things. We can mention that thing about the old guy there saying he saw a ghost, but it was probably just saw Liam McGuire. And then, we can ask him, like, Sean has been denying what he said, but then Doyle said the same thing that Liam said, so let's see.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
He said, what do you want to know, but the subtitle was just what. So there's a mistake there in the game. But alright, so we have the option to ask about the gem, and then about the dig. Let's ask about the gem first.
I heard that Peagram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochmarne all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Peagram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
Good point. What about the dig?
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh, yes. It was him, all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well, he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Peagram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
I knew it. But how am I going to persuade him to part with it?
Break his fingers.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I could.
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
Okay, quite the information. Now, all of a sudden, Liam says, I saw them together last night, which is now very criminating. Criminating? Well, I mean, Sean has definitely been lying to us. But, yeah, handed him a package. Remember, if you saw it, or if you, for the audio listeners, remember hearing me saying how he clutched his hand over that package when he was talking about the gem. And now we hear he got the packets from Peagram last night and didn't seem happy about it. So let's ask about Sean once more.
Do you know where I could find Fitzgerald?
He's inside, but you won't get no sense out of him.
How come? Is he drunk?
He's like a frightened rabbit. A real bag of nerves. Why, the fella's scared of his own shadow.
What a weird question for George to ask. Do you know where I can find Sean Fitzgerald? We just saw him in the bar. That's really odd. I wonder if I did something wrong. Like, should I first talk to Doyle? No, that doesn't make any sense. Why is he asking That's a really stupid question, George. Okay, here's another Sean icon. Let's see if it's another really stupid question.
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover. But don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
All right, that makes much more sense to ask him about why is he so scared and
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
getting a solid advice from Liam. So, okay, we're gonna confront this young fellow. I mean, look, Liam now telling us that he got a package from Peagram last night, and there he is sitting at the table, at this table at the center of the bar, and yeah, there's a package there, and he's looking all over the place, looking very nervous. He can't stop moving his fingers. He's tapping them on the table. Let's just go straight up to him and say, look, you've been lying to us all the time.
Hello.
Come straight to us. Let's ask about the dig.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Peagram.
See? Again, he won't answer us quickly enough. Looking at his watch.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught. Just my luck. Grasped up by a delinquent and a dimwit.
I need to talk to Professor Peagram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Peagram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Peagram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he?
He did. So now we can ask about the Peagram again, and we can ask about the castle again. So we ask about the castle first?
What did Peagram find at the castle?
The entrance to an underground chamber.
Oh.
It was filled with earth and rubble, and Peagram had us dig it out. We uncovered a secret room, a hidden chapel.
That is quite the information. Let's ask more about the castle.
Did Peagram find the gem in the altar room?
I don't know. He made us leave and wouldn't tell us why. Half an hour later he came out, white as a sheet he was. He closed down the dig and locked up the castle, sent us all away.
From the sound of it, Peagram had discovered more than just the gem.
Right. So now so there's a tripod that he discovered that was sent to Paris. There's a gem, and possibly Sean has it in that package. Then there's a secret room, and it sounds like Peagram found something that made him a bit upset. Let's see. Let's ask about Peagram.
So where did Peagram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving.
Yes, he's still looking around. He won't answer us quickly enough.
He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
A guy called Marquet. All right. Now we can ask about the package, right? So I do wonder what happened to Peagram. He said he needed to leave this morning, and nobody knows where he went. So let's ask about the package.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Peagram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
Who are these people we're talking about here? Let's ask about the package once again.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
Oh.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Peagram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
So all of a sudden we got this icon of a very old-looking guy. It looks like a old gangster. But Jacques Marquet. Who the hell is that? Let's press the button here.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet.
Okay.
Give the package to me.
Sean is standing up.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarne gem.
Horde? Oh, everyone's watching. He just took the package and he's leaving out. He went outside. And there he's gone. What the? Did you hear that? It was just... sounded like a car driving by. It's Liam! He's inside the bar.
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Oh.
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out!
Why won't you listen to the boy?
Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Jesus. Is that how you react when someone has been hit by a car? A big red sports car? Let's just get outside as soon as possible. Nobody seems to care. Alright. Okay. Liam seems upset.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Fitz.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
Alright.
I was standing here, minding me own business,
Right.
when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that,
Okay.
says I. And I going over to take a
We have a
closer look. Next thing,
Cutscene here,
Fitzy
animation.
comes
Looks like
tearing
a
out of
really
the
nice
boat
sports
and nearly
car.
knocks me on the ass.
Sean goes out and the
just
car
flies
is
at
racing forward.
Too
Oh!
fast
That's a
for my
nasty hit.
distance. And hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I. I thought he
Oh,
was
bloody
gone.
nose and everything.
Next thing, the driver hops out. And I couldn't believe my eyes.
The driver hops out and takes Sean Fitzgerald, takes him into the sports car and drives off.
He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
A pixie? Who would dress up as a pixie? One that might have bought 2 costumes in Paris, Bozo the Clown and Seamus the Pixie? It's pretty obvious what happened here. Let's ask about the pixie.
Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not.
Let's ask about Sean.
Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Shall we ask about Khan?
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy...
Oh, it's the same. No different reaction there. All right.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
So, quite the commotion that happened here. I should have probably not talked that much over Liam's story, but basically he told us he was just minding his own business. There's some beautiful red sports car up there, up on the hill. Then Sean is just leaving the bar all upset because we challenged him to, we basically told him to give us the packets. And then as he was walking over the street, bam, got hit by that red sports car. It was pretty, if for the audience listening on to the podcast, not seeing this, it was really nasty hit, and like that would shatter many bones, and he had a bloody nose and everything, and then as he was like half unconscious, yeah, he was kind of like he looked like he was not completely unconscious, but then he was picked up by a pixie. We know who the pixie is. It has to be Khan. He bought a Seamus the Pixie costume along with Bozo the Clown. Something happened here outside. What's this?
The plastic cover had been smashed by the pixie's car, revealing a switch.
Alright, so there's a box here and the cover of it has been smashed off, and there's a switch here. Shall we do something with the switch?
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
No. We basically snapped off the whatever it was there, the switch.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Impossible. Alright, so we've ruined that. Right, so all of a sudden Sean is gone. He was hit It was a hit and run, pixie hit and run. And what do we do now? Shall we just go back inside and tell everyone? Go to the bartender and say, hey, the landlord, look, Sean was adopted by a pixie. But then again, now we're talking about a pixie, not a clown. Nobody's going to believe that too, right? Let's ask the landlord.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir?
Nope. We don't even get the option to ask about the Sean or the pixie or anything, just the beer. So, are we going to drink more beer? Sure, why not?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honoured fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar utilising the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working.
Oh, it stopped moving.
It's not my idea, is it?
So, in the same moment, the pump isn't working, and now the glass washing machine stopped working as well. And he said, I need a professional electrician. Hang on. Don't we have this Thomas Muller ID card? An electrician? Let's show it to him again.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Look.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedevilled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Alright, so we're not... He's moving away. He's gonna open... What is the door called? The thing on the bar when you...
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Alright, I have no idea what it's called. The thing that you lift up from the bar where you can access... Yeah. Basically access the bar in and out. Like a cupboard. Like, why am I even bothering to try to find it out? I'll find out later on, I suppose. But alright, so the guy will not... He's standing in the way of the cellar, but he's gonna allow us to look at the...
It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
Okay, the glass washer is here. Let's see what we can find out about this glass washer here.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Okay, you figure it's the wiring. Let's look if we can do something here.
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer.
Right. What about the wiring?
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Doesn't seem fine, but it isn't fine. So what are we gonna do here? Like, there's this thing. It seems like it's broken, but it seems fine. What's gonna happen here next? This episode is taking so much time, actually. Maybe I should quit here. Like, we're at a pass. Like, this is a really weird part in the game. Like, Sean Fitzgerald was abducted by the pixie, who's obviously Khan, in a red sports car. He went away. Then we went back inside. Like, nobody seems to give a damn about that. We have no idea where the package is, if he still has it or not. But then again, we wanted to drink some more beer, and then all of a sudden the pump doesn't work. Probably because we took that handle out of the wall there, out of the outside, and now it's like we're now faking that we're an electrician, but he will not let us check the pump. He would rather first see what we can do with with the dishwashing machine. Or glass washing machine.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine.
Oh.
I figured it must be the
He
wiring.
thinks it's the wiring.
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer.
Glass washer, that's the one. So we need to find out what's wrong with it, but maybe I'll end it here. Although, maybe it would be fun to see... No, I think I'll end it here. I'm almost up to the hour, yeah. Ireland we'll just have 2 parts of Ireland then. This is part 1, and then part 2 next time. Let's save this. Save. Game has been saved, and I'll stop it here. Maybe the sound effect it was a little bit low, wasn't it? The car. So I'm gonna fix that. So sound effect a little bit higher this time around. Done. And let's see. Done. Okay. I'll just save again. JLR podcast here. Save. All right. So this is the end of the 4th episode of Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars walkthrough and review. And we'll see what happens next in Ireland when the next episode drops on YouTube drops on YouTube and as a podcast on Spotify, Soundcloud, iTunes, and many other podcast apps. Just follow and subscribe to the JLR Podcast Network on YouTube and all the other podcast sites if you want to. It's your call. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and like I said, next episode coming soon. Who knows when? Until that next time, you guys take care. Bye-bye.